Hello, welcome to another video. Okay. Welcome to another video of What If Deku at the Phoenix Force. Last time where I left off is Deku getting ready before his first day of UA. Deku starts designing his hero costume. He starts thinking he should design it after All Might, but he doesn't think that since All Might decided to crush his dreams, he doesn't want to design it after All Might. So he thinks of another way to design his costume. Deku closes his eyes to think. He gets images of a firebird. Then Deku opens his eyes. He gets an idea to design his costume after a bird. I know, dumb. And he submits it to the UA support class. Deku then gets his outfit and school supplies. When Deku's done getting all his stuff, Deku's really excited for his first day. Fast forward like a few months later. Deku is getting ready for school. Today is the first day of UA for Deku. Deku gets ready. Deku is on his way to school. He says bye to his mother and walks out the door. Deku's walking. He thinks of his newfound quirk, his newfound power, and uses it to fly to the school. Deku gets to his class. When he goes in, everyone's already sitting down, but the teacher isn't there. Everyone then looks at Deku. Deku then starts to hear voices in his head. He starts to hear, is that the kid who made #1? Wow, he's awesome. I wish I was like him. Then Deku tries to cut out all the voices. The voices stop, and Deku goes to sit down. Then the teacher comes in and tells them to put on their gym uniforms. After they do, they all go outside for the quirk assessment test. Their teacher reveals to them his name as, what was his name again? Shota Aizawa. And they have to call him Mr. Aizawa. Mr. Aizawa tells Deku, you made first in the UA entrance exam. How many meters could you throw it without... Oh my god, never mind. Let's not do that. Deku gets the ball. And he uses his power to, throw the ball super far. Deku gets, 992.6 meters. Everyone is looking at him impressed. Deku goes back to the line. Now it's Bakugo's turn. Bakugo gets 705.2 meters. Under Deku. Deku is smiling, and Bakugo is mad. He walks back to the line. He walks back into the crowd angrily. Then it's the other kids' turns. Uraraka gets infinite. Everyone is impressed, even Deku. Oh my god, no way. Deku. Now it's time for the races. Deku lines up to go against Bakugo. Deku uses his power to push him forward. Deku beats Bakugo by a second. What time did Bakugo get? I forgot. I think it was like 5 seconds. But Deku then... It's time for everyone to go back inside. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, but it's time for places. What they got ranked. Deku is ranked, first place. Mineta got 20th. But Aizawa, I don't want to expel Mineta. He He sees potential in Mineta and decides not to expel him. Everyone goes back to their locker rooms to change back into their UA outfits. They all go back, and now it's time for everyone to go back home. Deku walks back to his home. He tells his mother dinner's already ready. He tells his mother how his day went and how much good times he had. Deku then goes to bed and falls asleep. He has no dream. And he wakes up for his second day of school. Deku gets ready and goes to class. They start learning. What do they do on the second day of school? And then it's time for lunch. It's time for lunch. They eat, go back to class. And, yeah. Now it's time to go back to class, learn again, go back home. A few weeks later, they get their hero costumes. Wait. I need to show you guys Deku's costume. Where's Deku's costume? Not need to see what I was looking at. No looking. No, you did not see that. Make it look less. I'm looking for his costume. Oh my god. Oh no. Last stand. Jean. I know I said I'd base it off of Phoenix, but it's too late for that. So, Deku gets in his hero costume. They all start going for, what was it? The heroes versus villains. Deku is assigned on the hero team with Uraraka versus Bakugo and Ida. Deku and Uraraka get into the window. Deku starts walking, and Uraraka follows behind him. Bakugo comes out of nowhere. Deku uses his power, telekinetic abilities to push Bakugo into a wall. Deku tells Uraraka to run find the stairs and get up to the 5th floor. Uraraka runs to find the stairs. Deku starts to fight Bakugo. Deku breaks Bakugo's arm and restrains Bakugo. But before Deku could do that, Bakugo uses his gauntlet and by using his mouth to pull off the grenade thing. And then the huge explosion goes after Deku. Deku uses his power was trying to use the tower but he got hit by the blast. So when the smoke clears, Deku is standing there. His eyes are on fire and he's surrounded by flames. Things start to disintegrate around Deku, and Bakugo starts to float into the air. And the phoenix surrounds Deku. Deku starts to disintegrate Bakugo, but All Might comes in, slowly starts to disintegrate Bakugo. But All Might comes in and punches Midoriya and knocks him out. All his dead skin goes back on Bakugo, and, well, yeah, all the disintegration goes back on Bakugo. And Bakugo is healed again. I don't know how that works, but Deku is unconscious. Uraraka has already beaten Ida by using her, Uraraka has already beaten Ida. And the hero team wins. When Deku wakes up, he's in the nurse's office for like the second time. And All Might and Bakugo is in there with him. Deku gets up and goes to the locker room to take off his hero costume. He then gets on his UA outfit and goes back home. When Deku gets there, his mother asked him where was he, and he said he was in the nurse's office. Deku then eats his dinner and goes to bed. Deku has a dream that he lost that Bakugo pissed him off, and Deku snaps at him, and the phoenix surrounds Deku and starts to disintegrate Bakugo fully before going off and killing other people, innocent people, and then destroying the world. Deku wakes up sweating. Deku had fear in him. Somehow, I don't know why he had fear in him. Deku gets up, eats breakfast, gets ready, and leaves. He's thinking about his dream, not paying attention where he's walking. Deku, not looking where he was going, almost gets hit by a car, but he held his hand out and destroyed the car. Deku's with flames. Deku looks at his hand and then runs away for some reason. I don't know why he wouldn't stop and ask if they were okay. Deku then gets to UA and gets to class. Now, this is about like a week later. Now they're going to the USJ. How much time do I have left? Oh dang, 13 minutes. Deku goes to the locker room and changes with his other classmates and Bakugo into their hero costumes. They start to... Dang, this costume looks super feminine. They get on the bus to head to the USJ. When they get there, so Deku sat next to Asui. Deku then gets off the bus with his classmates, and then the Pro Hero 13 greets them and tells them about the USJ. They go inside when the lights flicker, and then a foggy purplish black fog appears in front of the fountain. They all look at the fog, and weird-looking people step out. They're all about to approach, but Mr. Aizawa tells them to stop. Those are villains. They all look terrified. Even Todoroki. Well, not Todoroki, never mind. And then, I don't know, Aizawa tells Torthreen to protect the students, and he jumps down. He starts beating up the villains. And then the students try to escape, but Kurogiri wraps them in his portal and teleports them to different areas. Deku, Asui, and Mineta get teleported to that shipwreck zone. Deku's about to get attacked, but when Deku's about to use his power, Asui comes out and stops the villain and kicks him in the face. She grabs Deku with her tongue, and she has Mineta in his arm, and they both fly up onto the ship. Well, the three of them. So the villains surround the boat, and they're all telling each other about their quirks and how they could try and help. But when it's Deku's turn, Deku says he has a plan. He tells them to hold on to something. Deku uses his telekinetic abilities to lift the whole boat off the water and starts floating it to the entrance. Everyone's looking at the boat in shock. And Deku flies the boat over to the entrance area and then lands the boat a safe distance away from everyone that's over there. They then get off the boat. And the villains are all looking at Deku. Shigaraki says, "We need to kill that child." And Kyoguri teleports. No, it doesn't. Is trying to kill Deku, but then teleports Shigaraki to Deku. He's about to touch Deku when the door slams open. I forgot. Ida escaped. All Might appears in the doorway, not happy. Kyoguri quickly teleports Shigaraki back to where Kurogiri is. Kurogiri and Nomu are. All Might then starts beating up the bad guys when he pushes Shigaraki backwards, knocking off his father hand off. Shigaraki is pissed, and he picks up the hand and says, "We need to kill All Might." That's when Nomu comes out and grabs All Might, and then Kurogiri spawns a portal and has All Might and Nomu in it. He's about to crush the portal when Deku, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Todoroki appear. Todoroki uses his ice to stop the Nomu, and Deku uses his telekinetic abilities to hold open the portal, and then All Might destroys the Nomu, but he quickly gets out of the portal, and Deku closes the portal, but the Nomu heals itself and goes back to its full body. Kurogiri tries to teleport them, but Bakugo gets him and tells him that if he tries to make a move, he'll blow him up into pieces. The Nomu then tries to hit Bakugo with his punch. All Might takes the punch instead. And they have Kurogiri back. Now, All Might is going against the Nomu. All Might beats the Nomu, and everyone looks at the opening where he defeated the Nomu. He then runs after Shigaraki, then runs at All Might. Shigaraki then runs at All Might. Deku uses his power to stop Shigaraki. That's when the other he holds him in place. That's when the pro hero Snipes shoots Shigaraki 4 times in his left arm, his right arm, his left leg, and his right leg. And Kurogiri forms a force field. Portal force field. Then the other pros arrive. And they say, "We will defeat you." Okay, that's where I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this. Bye.